Fact is that schools, particularly in the North, are more segregated today than they were in 1954 when the Supreme Court rendered its decision outlawing segregation. I'm not trying to solve these problems. We've got to rise up. We've got to organize. We've got to mobilize. And we've got to work to solve these problems.
The 1960s were synonymous with radical counterculture movements all over North America. Historians often use the nickname the Swinging 60s, referring to the fact that during this time period, many social norms were challenged, some successfully. A prominent feature of this unstable period was the fight for black nationality in society. In 1966, Huey Newton and his friend, Bobby Seale, inspired by the success of the Lowndes County Freedom Organization and Stokely Carmichael, formed their party platform titled the 10-Point Program. With this, a uniform was designed, consisting of black pants, blue shirts, berets, and leather jackets, in addition to loaded shotguns that were prominently displayed. This look was designed to shock and to stir controversy, as the Black Panthers strived for exposure and recognition, a tactic reminiscent of those employed by Greenpeace at the time. The loaded shotgun was possibly the most crucial part of the uniform, as it was basically a thinly veiled attack against societal rules while actually not breaking any.
The first major incident involving the BPP was in May 1967. They stormed the State Assembly Chambly in Sacramento. Flashing their guns, this publicity stunt catapulted the party into the national spotlight, causing them to gain an extraordinary amount of followers and supporters. This incident was the springboard they needed to get off the ground, and incidentally also caused the FBI to begin taking interest. Several government agencies began re-evaluation of BPP's threat level, and government surveillance increased by a large margin.
Another major event took place in September 1968. Huey P. Newton, the co-founder of the Black Panther Party, was arrested for the shooting of John Frey and convicted of voluntary manslaughter for 2 to 15 years. Officer John Frey pulled over a car containing one of the Black Panther Party leaders, Huey Newton. Realizing this, he called for backup as the Black Panthers are an anti-police organization. Backup arrived, and all 3 people involved were wounded, with Officer John Frey dying at the scene. Huey claimed that Officer John shot him, and he lost consciousness immediately. However, John's backup claimed that Huey got in a fight with John and shot John with his own gun. But a gun wasn't found on either Huey or John. So, in 1970, the decision was appealed, and after a series of mistrials, the charges were dismissed.
From its inception, the Black Panther Party was subject to extremely rapid growth. Their increasingly public demonstrations increased their notoriety almost as much as their innumerable and highly publicized encounters with police. However, it was the same growth that eventually caused the party's demise. Too large to be governed by a central group, power struggles divided the members, and eventually everything collapsed and dissolved the BPP. Today, the party exists only in memory and a few spin-off groups, nowhere near as influential and notorious as the original Black Panther Party.